Hello. Hi. So, I guess this is a quick play game. I'm not sure what elo it is, so I'm just gonna assume it's like around gold or whatever, because I'm guessing you're just a quick play player. It is Havana, and you win, but you didn't know what you were doing. So I'm guessing you struggled with a lot of things, and you were a little bit just wandering, a little bit confused. So I'll try to cut down on that. Let's see. Quick play, and you are on. Are you on defense? Assuming you are redemption. Yep. Okay, redemption. It's like one of the only skins. I think this is the only skin besides Toybot that I do not have. Actually, never seen it. Or I've seen it, but I've never like seen it. Like played or whatever. And then you have a Sigma, or you have a Winston actually. So you're playing dive. You're going against a Sigma Ash Widow. Okay, how are you gonna deal with Sigma Ash Widow? I know what the wrong answer is, and it's big peeking all of them. Let's see what happens. You don't big peek all of them. Good damage. Good orb on your Widow. Yes, how you're peeking is wonderful. And this is PC, if I'm correct, right? Okay, I'm too used to reviewing. Okay, yeah, I'm guessing this is PC. So, how you're peeking this Widow is good. Really good. You're over peeking a little bit. You don't need to peek so far out. And I know that's just something you learn, but you can really just boop, because she can take advantage of this, especially you wouldn't be able to die if she didn't have the Mercy. But now you know that she has a Mercy pocket, so you can die to this one shot. Great damage though, by the way. Big peek, too big of a peek. You know, you can just jiggle, right? You only need to send, because if you can send out orbs, even if you can't see her, boom, send them out, send them out, send them out. You know, you don't need to actually be able to see her, even if she's like behind, because she'll move. She can move into your orbs. You know what I mean? That happens a lot. But yeah. Because yeah, just too big of a peak. You shoot when they can't see. Because let's put it in this. I'm gonna take my time with it. Okay, leave me alone. Let's give it to this guy's point of view. She can see you. That shot could have hit. You know, you shouldn't even let her see you at all. I'm gonna be doing it critically because I don't know what elo this is. And like she hits her shots. So you peeking at all, instead you can just kind of boom right before, because she's moving left and right, you know, she's strafing. Go right before she would do it, so maybe she moves into your orbs, you know, because she has such an advantage on you. That's all I'm saying. Don't get hit by that. You guys get gap. That's unfortunate. Throw orb on Hanto. Good job. Yes, orb the Sigma. Okay, wait. Were you shooting at that Sigma wall right there? Okay. You're shooting the Sigma when there's a Sigma wall. Let's say an Ash big peeks you here. And Alana, even though like the Widow's dead, but if the Ash big peeks you here, while the Sigma's shooting at you, you can die. But you being here and shooting at the Sigma while he's behind the thing changes nothing. You can be right here and shooting at the corner of the shield and have the same value. You know what I mean? So just try, if you're not shooting at something that really, like if you're not actually doing damage to them, you don't need to be in their line of sight. Try to stay out of their line of sight. Everybody's. Now you can shoot it. And I know you were trying to keep Discord orb on, but it doesn't stay on through the thing. Actually, does that loss? Oh my goodness, whatever. Still, it's not that worth it. It's only 6 seconds. To be peeking a sniper. Also there. Too big of a peek. You got saved. Too big of a peek. You should know this Ash is here. You should know this Ash is here, and you peeking this big and trying to kill the Widow. First thing, Widow's not your problem. Widow is your problem until there's another person in front of her. You know what I mean? This Ash is in front of her. You'll peek her first. Anything, you're shooting at the Ash. because she's the only one you can shoot at. You big peeking makes your life weaver use resources to save you. Like he just did. Yep, big orb on him. Good, good. That's unfortunate. Stop shooting with flux. It's okay. Or the, fuck. Right here. This is nitpicky because I don't know what elo you're in. Remember, I'm assuming that you're a somewhat higher elo because they're not bad. But right here, you have to move all this, reload. Because you only have 10, 15 balls right now, reload. When you are moving a place where you can't really do anything, just reload. 15 seconds. I shouldn't see you peek anything until 325 unless you have a big bubble. Full health bubble. Let's see. You rotate, you're hanging out. An orb on somebody? Yep, good job. Where's the widow? You have a bubble? Do you have a bubble on the widow? You don't, but it's close and it forced her down. Are you peeking the widow? You're not yet, but you're close. And she knows it. But it's okay. I know that you saw him jump up and you saw them bubble and you're thinking, okay, it's okay now. But still be a little afraid. Mechanics are great. Okay. You are mindless with your orbs. A little bit too mindless with your orbs. You're left clicking a little too much. And you're not thinking. Think before you shoot, especially against a Sigma or a Genji. Or a Doomfist. Or Zarya. You know? You just shot so much, that's 400 health for him right there. If you max it out. Just think. Especially against those like 4 characters. Just think a little bit. Alright. Try to keep this score on as long as you can. Good job. You dodge that and you save your boy. Great job. That was good. Let's see. Nope. You're too far in. You need to choose 2 things and both of them require cover. You can push in with Trank. Usually I do not suggest this one, but you are somewhat better than most of the people I've out you. You can push in with Trank and get this cover right here, and now you have a big angle and a lot of space created for you. Or you can back out with Trank, and then you still need to go to cover. You can go back to here, you know, back out a little bit. You can go back into this little area. But no matter what, you need to be in cover, and right here, you are just so killable. And they're waiting to kill you. You know what I mean? And as much as, like, you trusted a little bit too much on them killing that Sigma and that Widow. But it was a good Trank. Great mechanics. Yep, big peek of Ash. Just try to get pressure. Big left click as much as you can. Your movement is a little bit inconsistent. Oh! Sick! I love that. Good job. Good job of finding that out. Right here, where are you thinking of going? Are you thinking of going behind the car, or are you thinking of going into your cover? We'll see which one you go to, let's say. You go behind the car. Okay, not bad. But remember, there is a tracer trying to jump you. Oh, actually there isn't now. I didn't know that. You're spamming that. Good job. Good awareness. And you're playing cart. You are too far from cart now. Once you know that the cart is moving away from you, you need to be finding new cover. You can even play in here if you really want to. It's not an amazing cover. You can be playing this. Or you can be playing this. But you can't be playing here. You're very killable here. As much as they're, like, let's say they burn your Winston right now. Somehow they burn your Winston up. What are you going to do? You know? Or they big peek this. Widowmaker. They don't have a Widowmaker. Reaper. Pulls up. You know? TP's right here. What do you got to do? Have to be a little bit more aware of your cover, especially when you're using moving cover, because it moves a little fast, a little speedy. But good job. Right. Now, are you gonna move towards that height? Okay. Being here is death zone. Don't go to death zone. Your Winston can leave. You can't. You don't have your other support with you. You don't have your Hanzo with you. Your Winston's making space, but he can just get out of here as quick as possible. You can't. You know? You could either stay on point, get cart movement, or you can take high ground. I suggest you took high ground. Either way, you can go that way, and even right here, it would be better if you were at high ground right now, because let's say Mercy tries to leave, you'd shoot her. Go right here, shoot the Ana, and then leave. Even going around the other way, you have this space, you know? And you're going to get these kills anyways. But it's just about where you're left once you get those kills, and once your Winston is ready to leave. So you being on flat, low ground, right below into a diva now, is very, you're so killable, and you don't have enough escape. And now you're, let's see, do you die? Nope, you do get out. You do get out, but they could have killed you, especially if you were there a little too long. There's a very good backing up there. Very good job of backing up. Scare. Honestly, your aim is good. Your movement is not great. Your strafes could be better. And when you're backing up, you're a little wobbly. You don't really trust where you're going. And I usually don't talk about mechanics, but you're good enough to where I can talk about mechanics. A little wobbly on your way back, you know? You don't really know where you're going. And then when you're strafing, you're moving in a little bit of ways that you don't need to. You only need to AD. You know, S and W don't do anything. So just try to keep your strafes a little bit more simple, and because that shows yourself for the least amount of time. Good right click. Hold the diva. Start backing up. So right here, a lot of people do this. You move make so many unnecessary movements. More like, why did you go boom, 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 boom? You drop down, you move here. They're not even looking at you. You know what I mean? You're just messing up your aim. They're not even looking at you. If anything, you can sit here, you can do some little AD strafes, you know, make them think. But like you moving all the way up here is messing up your aim and messing up your, like, it's taking up a space in your brain that you could be using to, like, you know, think more about when you shoot. You don't have to shoot into that diva defense matrix. You can Discord orb the diva. You can keep her in your sight. You know what I mean? But when you're moving so much, it just messes all that up a little bit. Over peak. Okay. You need to be a little bit more scared. When you're right here, you're charging up your right click. You go here, you check out, and then you leave. Actually, and okay, this was okay. So you right click, you leave. But it's way better if you're in the back and you have space. You already made this space with your Hanzo. You know, you're holding different angles now. You can hold this angle, right? You're this Ana. You can peek the Ana. Well, they're peeking everything else. You know what I mean? So you coming through here would have been the best possible thing. You throw it and then you leave again because you huge hitbox. But you big peeking here, you're peeking a bunch of people and you just die. Only peek one person. Back. How many people are you peeking at your, like, at the furthest part of your peak? Right here? 1, 2, 3, almost 4. 4 people. You should only be peeking one person. Possibly 2 if you need to, but if you are peeking 2, make it as small as possible, small of a peak. Because then you just die. You die to a Mercy. You know what I mean? Alright, I want to see what you do with Trank. They don't have much for it, you know, so you can kind of use it more aggressively. Low ground bad. You need to be, you need, you need to just correlate low ground with bad more often. There are some times when it doesn't correlate, but more like 80% of the time, high ground is where you need to be. Come here. You go over here. You know? You need to connect the high ground with the safe, and the low ground with the I'm dead. With the goo. A little bit too pushed in. Now, this is terrible spot. You never want to be here. They can sit here and just, you know, look at him. Dink, 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 dink. Let's see it. You're right there, just so dinkable. So dinkable. You know? If you were up here, or if you were up in where I said you could be, right here, you're shooting at the diva, you're shooting at the diva, you're shooting at her, she uses her bomb, you know, she's naked or whatever. And then the Cassidy comes over here, you just go this way. If he comes over here, you drop. And then now he's way in no man's land, away from his team, and now you have your boy. You can kill him with your boy, and then go back to high ground. Bait somebody else in, I don't know. But right here, you're in a prey position. And as in prey, I mean they are preying on you. But yeah, let's see. Do you die here? Now you have to retreat to the weird area below. No, do you not? Oh, whoa. Okay, great. Do you trank it? Yes. Okay. So. Oh. We try to do the tech where you go in front of it and it blocks the bullets. Good job. That was a good trank, but you wouldn't have needed it if you weren't out of position. You could have used it to be more aggressive. But if anything, that was a good trank. And now you're still out of position now. You know? So like even if you were going to block it, he would have just held on to it. He knows. You know? Always better to go back to where you're safe. Always go back to where you're safe. Especially coming out of check. And like right here, you don't need to peek that. They can dive you. So like you peeking this just is like an invitation to dive you. Especially when your team is down. You can just walk over here and go. And now you're out of your Life Weaver's line of sight. You're just scared and sad. You know? You should have just came over here. Now you're gone. Now you're safe. You're fine. Because they know where you are. Now you're the first target, and you make him use the script. Good that you got gripped, but you made him use it, which is lost value. Yeah, I like you spitting him out. You're running away. Good. Take the high ground. Charge over 5 orb. Big peek. Again, too big of a peek. Even if this Widow isn't seeing him, that doesn't mean somebody won't peek this right when you're going in there, or peek from over and under here. You can't trust this. Because he's only holding this angle. Look at this. See your Widowmaker. He's only holding this. He can't see enough for you to trust that. You can either slow peek, you know, like slice the pie or whatever, here, or again, go back here. Take a big look across the angles. Hold a different angle that they're holding. That type of thing. Discord of her. Great. Now you stay up here. Oh, nice shot. Great shot. Now you're going to stay up here. Nope. I know it goes a little faster, but... Okay, now it's fine. But you went after the Winston, or before the Winston jump. And because you went before the Winston jump, you don't know what's happening right here. They could have had somebody, and I don't know if you know what their comp is, but you never know. There could be a Juno, or like, if they had a Tracer, they have a Tracer, just boom, 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 right to the point you're dead. You know? Or at least you're overwhelmed and scared, and everyone's using abilities, and now, you know. You don't want to be overwhelmed. You want to be in a safe place. Once you see that you have the space, then you can drop. So it should be fine. You should be fine where you are. I know, I'm being really nitpicky, and it's, yeah. It's fine. Yep. Good movement. looked up. Again, you move a lot for unneeded reasons. Peek 3 people there. That's a little scary, but it's okay because of the people that are playing. But yeah, it's a good job. But again, you peeked a little bit too much. That was a great kill. Nice. That's what you need to be doing against the Widow. You don't need to be able to see her. Oh, that's unfortunate. You charge up a punch. It's okay though. I love how you're playing this. How you're playing this is close to perfect. Genuinely close to perfect. No, you're gonna back out. Yeah, you're moving and you're backing out and then you're jumping. This makes you easier to hit. You're stress jumping and I don't like it. Stop jumping when you're stressed. A lot of people do. It's fine. Yeah. This is the point where you stop playing cart. You're not playing this. Nobody needs to play cart here. You know what I mean? Cart's moving. What happens when the cart gets to a place that you can't play behind? If you need to, you can play here. You could also be dove. But don't play cart. Because of walls. You be scared of walls. Nope. Hasn't been 15 seconds yet, man. You need to wait the 15 seconds out. Don't duel the walls. You're not winning. Too much ego. I used to do it so much. But yeah, don't duel the walls. No reason to. Now you have a Widow. Now you or a Winston. Now you big peek it. But again, you're peeking a little bit much. Boom. Peeking a little bit much. You didn't need to be peeking the far right. You could have peeked the left. So think about it. Main is danger. But if you're peeking the left side, you're guarded from main. You can still peek window. Because your Winston's there. Your Widow wants to get away from your Winston. She peeks main. No one's main. You're the first target. No one can see your Lifeweaver. He's behind. He's just sitting here. No one can see him. But if you're here, big peek on window. You know? Without needing to be like, because this, now you have no cover. You know what I mean? You just have no, I'm going over this for way too long, but you have no cover here. Because you're peeking everything. You have cover from your spawn. Yes? Here, you have cover from the actual threat point main. And you're peeking what you want to peek window. Because like back here, or, okay. I know you already understand what I'm saying. I know. But cart is back here. You know? Let's move it back. Cart is here. You are peeking this for window. Because if you're here, you're peeking this and this, right? You're scared to peek those, so you peek on the right side because you have this cover, right? Over here, it's the same way. It's the same way. You have the cover on the left side. You don't have cover on the right side anymore. So you move to the different side. You know what I mean? That took too long for me to explain it, and I'm sure you understood it for a second, but whatever. And let's see that. From that overpeak that I was talking about. Boom. You guys trade. Your Widows are good, but yeah, so that sucks. Okay. Right here. This is a spawn holding map. So this map was made for spawn holding. There's a reason why they're changing it. This point. You being right here is already death zone. You don't need to, even if you want to just, you already have Trank. You don't need to farm Trank. You know, you're just farming this portals if you're doing damage to them. They have a Juno, you're not gonna fight it, and you have people on your team dead. Slash almost all of them. So you can just stay here. You can just stay here. Just wait. Big wait. So what happens? You go back. I liked that little peek. And he tried protecting your life for. Okay. Okay. You're peeking too many people. This person, you could have killed them. You saw him. You're too hyper focused on Widowmaker. You saw this person. You could have killed them, or at least pressured them. You know what I mean? And you had Doomfist in your fucking face. Maybe focus on him first. You didn't need a jump peek. Stop peeking the window. It's the whole thing with you. First thing, you can just be in here. You guys are being spawn held. But you peeking all the way out here is you revealing yourself to everybody. Slowly, deal with what's right in your face first. If you want to fight the Widow, do what your Widow is doing. Your Widow is doing it perfectly. You don't have to fight. If you're back here, you're not fighting this. You're back here. You can peek that angle. And then now that you can't see that angle, you can peek window a little bit. But if you're going to peek an angle, make sure you're not peeking a bunch of other angles at the same time. Especially while you're being spawned on. Okay? You shank it. And nope. You're dead. Need cover with your trank. Come back to the cover. Even go forward to the cover, because I know that you have the skills to do so. Be safe with trank. Think more. Think more before you shoot that guy. It's another one of the characters. You gotta think before you shoot that guy. Was a good trank, by the way. Good Discord. Just a little thing I give everybody. I suggest you put your if you have a mouse with side buttons, you put your Discord orb on your side button, and you put your Harmony orb on your scroll wheel up. That is light suggestion. You don't need to because you're playing fine. But it made everything easier for me, so I could focus on other things instead of orbing. Yep, heal him. Also, you just did something that I have a big issue with. I do this all the time. This is one of my biggest issues. Right here, you shot one right click. Because you saw him right there. Try to kick before this. You get the right click out, you kick, and you throw it on him. I do it all the time, don't worry. Right here, you're isolating that target really well. Now that you're not focused on the window. Trying to keep that Discord up. Good job. Again. You're peeking things over here. Same thing with the truck. If you want to peek window, you can't be peeking other things. You have to come over here because peeking window isn't a light thing against a Widowmaker. It's not something that you just do and then you forget about it. You do it and your intent is that you might die here. Your intent is that there's a Widowmaker up there. So like first thing, death. Big death. Peeking too much. Peeking too many things. Should be here shooting them. Or here shooting them. Behind cover. If you're going to peek an angle over here, you need to have cover from the angles over here that you were already fighting. Meaning you have to go behind tower and peek it from there. They're on Sombra. What are you gonna do? Walls, be scared. You're peeking too much. Stay away. Be scared. Be scared of the Sombra. Sombra's coming to jump you. You can't be scared of the Widowmaker and the Sombra at the same time. Or you can't even fight. You can't be fighting both of them at the same time, especially when they have walls. Wait that 15 seconds out in a place where you're scared of the Sombra. In this situation here, if you can rotate to a place that's a little bit better, maybe here, where you can get some more help from your life mover, but and you can actually get out if you need to. But yeah, don't peek. Don't be actively the target of two really scary characters at the same time. Heard it? Nice shot there. Yes, good job. Big, too much peek. Too much peek on all of this. You're too hyper-focused on the Sombra. Good job. But once you kill the Sombra, or even when you're seeing the Sombra, you should be shooting at her from here. Boom, boom, boom. And then you see the Widow, you're back. Back behind your cover on the right. You can cover on the left. Just have cover. And be more scared. Sword. You're jumping again. Stop jumping. And you need to expect these characters to have their abilities that you don't want to shoot into. So think. You can take your time. You don't need that much DPS, you know? But you giving them a charge punch is more health for them and more damage for them. Be more scared. Be more scared. Take your time with those shots. A little bit much. You're peeking a little bit much, but that's okay. And you win here. He knows. So you might be been like, what the fuck? But once they're on, they're not, unless you hit all your shots, they're going to stay touching. And you being here is just big, overwhelmed, big all the sides. You being here is just 80 million times better. Playing the angle, and even right now, you're kind of discombobulated from the pull. Even right now, you're peeking a lot of things. And a Widow can just jump right there, boom, you're dead. And once they get one kill, they snowball it. So not quite gets over. And it is over. Good job. First thing, from the first game, you were amazing. You did really well on Zen. You had really good understanding of him. Really good with projectiles. Your aim was great. Your how you peeked Widows was not terrible. You need to be a little bit more scary, but it wasn't terrible. Right? And then, the big one. The biggest one is that you need to be thinking about the angles that you're peeking. And if you're peeking more than one, make it only one. Same thing with characters. One character, one angle, that type of thing. You know what I mean? Because if you get big overwhelmed, then you don't know what to do, you just die. As Zenyatta. Also, really focus on getting to the high ground. High ground safe. Okay. Big 3 for this one. Peek more scared. Or maybe it's 4, I don't know. Peek more scared. High ground is very important. Don't go low ground. End your tranks behind cover. I think it'll be 5. End your tranks behind cover. What were the other ones? Shoot, I don't remember what I already said. Don't shoot into things that they want you to shoot into. Think more when you're playing against that character. Let's say you're playing against a Genji. You need to change your entire playstyle until you hear that deflect. Once you hear that deflect, then you go boom, 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 and you can kill him. But until you hear it, you go think, until you hear the deflect. Because once you shoot 2 orbs into it, it's bad. Same with Doomfist, same with Sigma, same with Zarya. You're shooting at that Doomfist. Think until you see the block. And then if he's killable, you kill him. If he's not, you just don't shoot. You wait a second. Shoot at somebody else. I don't care. But you wait. Same with Sigma, same with Zarya. But yeah, you did really well. I really liked how you played angles. Yeah, good job. Now let's see the other one. This other one, I think you lost, but I heard you did well. And so maybe a light ego rod. I don't care. I am ego rod god. I will boom your ego if you want me to. Do not worry. Samoa lost. 300 point loss in the fight. More healing than damage than Ana. That pisses me off. Relatable. Okay. I am sorry about the ping thing. I will not even talk about it. I'll see that's happening and I'll just be like, okay, what are you gonna do? Maybe I'll tell you what to do because I'm on ping sometimes, but I probably won't. But I'm hearing you're kind of a carry here. Redemption. Was that your name in the last one? Or is it streamer name? Whatever. Who cares? Playing into a Maga, so yeah, you're gonna have a lot of damage. Also think about stats a little less. As much as I want to boost your ego, stats don't matter. I have more than Anna's all the time, but it's like sometimes they're doing fine, whatever. If they're talking shit, then I can talk shit back, but if not, then just be okay. No big deal. You're playing Big Dive, so you're the only one that doesn't fit in this comp. If you're on Brig, it's perfect comp, right? So, first thing, keep your orb on your DPS. Keep your orb on your Genji, especially. Orb on Genji big. If you need to orb your Tracer, let's say the Tracers are in a Tracer duel. Or both Tracers, your Tracer will win almost every single time. Discord theirs, Harmony yours, you always win. But yeah, don't keep it on your tank. Really good peek on that angle. I love that. A little bit of an over peek, but it's okay. I like how you're isolating the angle. Yes, you're scared of their to go on. Yes, orb your Winston. Okay. Again, just like the other ones, you're getting a little bit too hyper focused on one guy to where you're peeking too many angles. You know they're there. I know your object permanence is fine. So, you know they're there. Play in a place where they can't shoot you if you're shooting at the Maga. You know, boom, 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 until they interject to the same spot, and then you just spam in that direction. You know what I mean? But yeah, so try not to peek it. If you want to sit right here, shoot the Maga. Try not to peek too many areas. Yes, good spam, really good. Yep. Your Genji dies, you are not pushing up here, you are moving back. You're now in it is a 4v4, but they have that momentum of, oh, I just got a kill, I'm jumping these people. You are moving back, you are the most diveable one, most killable one more like, because they're not playing dive. Your Ana's moving up, meaning that they can big jump on both of you guys and you die. Because they can just walk by your, dive characters. Your Winston, your Tracer. Because it's just like they're trying to go after their supports, so, their team will try to go after you. So once you see somebody dies, you back up, you create a bunch of space. Because you have point already. So here, I appreciate you make space. Hear that left. So, and you jump a lot when you're scared. Stop doing that. I've already talked about it multiple times. I'll try not to bring... Okay. Drill into your head. No more jumping when you're scared. Stop jumping when you're scared. Only jump when you need to jump. If you need to unbind, or if you need to bind it on something weird, like, I don't know, alt, or like a K, do it. I don't care. That helped me. But yeah, here, should be moving up. Moving away from the tracer. You learned it once you heard the tracer, which is great. Now you're pushing forward again. You don't need to be. You really don't need to be, because they're playing tracer again and you're jumping a lot. If you're playing here, you won't be jumping because you won't want to be peeking these. You won't be jumpable because you aren't on big low ground. Remember, low ground's scary. And they won't be able to get to you easily because you're far back. And you can still spam these. You can still spam the angles. I really like how you adjust your aim though. The Orbiana, that sucks. You got anti. She's playing too far in just like it. Don't follow her. Big Discord. I wish you would have been able to keep it up, but whatever. Okay. That orb, I don't know if that was just a chaos orb, but it should have been on somebody right when the Ana died anyways, because now you're main healer, or you're the only heal. Right when Ana dies, you throw it on the Genji. Instantly. Or actually, you throw it on the Winston. I thought he was really low. Throw it on the Winston. Once you realize he's dead, once you realize that you're not out healing them, throw it on the Genji. Because he can actually get value from it. Let's see. So you're shooting? What? Right here. So you don't even have it on the Winston yet, do you? Right? Let's see. Your Ana's dead. You have it on the Genji. Right now. Your Winston's gonna die. You're throwing it on the Winston. I'm throwing it on the Tracer. you might have tried to go for the tracer, but yeah, right here you're not out healing anything. You're throwing it on the tracer, and that she might be able to get some value out of it. But yeah, I think you did actually try to though, so it's okay. Yep, your movement's a little inconsistent. First thing, even if he was going for that stun, you were so much closer to this side that you could have probably LOS the stun and then been a little bit safer because you don't have to make the big rotation. Second thing, you're running into this wall. Just try not to do that. I know it's just a mechanics thing, but and then right here, you're playing a little too close to this wall. Try to get out if you can. There's only a slim chance that you can, but think maybe my Ana is ready for me. You know what I mean? Try to get out. But let's see. Do you get out? I'm assuming that you don't. I like that wall you played, but yeah, okay. You were trying to go right here. It's just learning maps. You went into this little corner instead of going like this, but it's okay. I saw the vision. It's okay. I hope your Ana doesn't stagger. You lost point, everybody should be leaving. Where's your Ana? Probably going to stagger. Why not? Your Winston's going to protect. Throw your thing on your Ana. Great. Good job. Now she feels a little safer. Okay, nope. Peeking too much. Peeking too much. You can hear the Mei. You can hear the Mei? So you're thinking one of two things. I'm going back here, which you probably shouldn't do. I'm going back here to keep shooting at that Maga. Or you can think, there's a Mei spamming me. I'm gonna LOS the Maga and try to shoot back at that Mei that's taking a bunch of space on us. But you can't do both. You know? If you're being shot by two people, you're in the wrong place and you need to move. You can still keep shooting at one of them, but you need to move out of the vision of the other one. Your Ana should have healed you, by the way. Big sleep, big anti. She dies. He actually got a pick. Nice. Good job. Also, I don't know if you had Trank, but you honestly you could have Tranked it. You probably just didn't notice quick enough. Okay. You better be thinking I want to Trank this. Even if they have a Blizzard. Fuck the Blizzard. They use Cage. Fuck the Blizzard. Thinking, I might want to Trank this for point. If you think you can cap. Okay, you cap. Now there's no Trank. Only if you think you can like actually keep the point. Also, you're on low ground again. Stay up back high ground. Blizzard Juno though are still scary. Yeah, like right here, you're doing nothing by being here besides scare yourself. Big one. Your mechanical skill is amazing. But yeah. Oh, and try again. A little bit late, but that's fine. Oh. You gotta stop it every time you do it just to drill it into your brain. First thing, you get Mei walled off, that sucks ass, but should have been back here when you ended your Trank. Or back here even. Like, okay. I say this to everybody. You have 6-second Trank. Only use 4 seconds of that for healing. 4 seconds of that to save your team, 2 seconds to save yourself. Once you see that thing hit 2, I don't think I have mine on with the timer because it kind of pisses me off when there's a big timer on my screen, but I've memorized the sound. When you see that thing hit 2, or like it's about to hit 2, you are moving into cover with that speed boost. Because they're just ready to kill you right out of Trank. And they probably do. Try not to sleep her up. Could have kicked there, could have gotten out into here and been more scared of this. Whatever. It's okay. Really good aim, really good decision making, or not really good decision making, but really good, like, you know, once you knew that you were kind of fucked, you made good decisions. Besides big waking up that sleep, you didn't really need to do that, even if you saw that Discord orb. Let's see, what do we do here? It's an orb, and you don't want to go down. Do you go down? No. Should always be here. Great. No, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. You don't need to push up. If you get a kill. Shit. When did you get that kill? Am I actually slow? Oh, I apologize. Okay. When do you get that kill? You get the kill, and then you drop, and then you push. I apologize. That's my fault. Good job. I like this, but you should have stayed down here so long. If anything, you're moving up here as quick as possible to take this space. You know what I mean? Take the space with your team. Because you being down here is death. But you being up here and taking the space with your team isn't. But I like how you reacted from that kill with, I need to support this snowball. That was amazing. I really like that. And you do move up pretty quickly. Not as quickly as I would have liked. You did say that a tiny bit. But great job. You're waiting for that tracer to touch. For the Maga. Okay. So you should have kind of noticed that a little quicker. You're a little too scared of the tracer. It's okay that you're looking at it, but you're a little bit behind your team on that rotate. I'd appreciate if you would have like rotated quicker or even gone all across the bridge. But your Ana was late as well, so don't worry about it. They get a big push in. They have the Juno speed. Nobody's used to the Juno speed. It's okay. But yeah, and they had a big push in. You did. I think you played most of that really well. I'm guessing they win this fight. And when they have a Juno ring, you need to be scared of any character, not just dive characters. Boom. Yes, yes, yes. Good job. I loved that. I loved that. Boom, instantly. Fight is lost. I'm back here. I'm back here waiting for the rest of my team to get in front of me so that they can, so that I can support them, support character. Sick. Beautiful job. Yep. Okay. Right here. So when you chose to go here, you are now choosing to fight this angle. If there's anybody there, you're fighting this angle first. You're only peeking this angle. If you choose to play here, if you chose to rotate here first, that's when you're choosing to fight one of these windows. But you big peeking this off rip is not what it's not going with your decision to go over here. Because your cover's for the right side. Now you're throwing yourself at the right side and you're like free to the left. You notice that quickly and go for that tracer. But now you big peek this. Now that you know someone's on the left and you think you might want to fight them. So now they can go right here. You don't have the space yet. This isn't your space. So you're peeking too much and you're ready for if you're actually thinking about fighting this tracer, you can go back here, you can go a little bit back here to where you're a little bit less pressured and you can go behind your diva like she can protect you. Or you can actually take the duel, which I don't think you should, but you can actually take it, back here and stuff like that. Or you could have stayed back here. Your Ana is playing this a little strangely as well for them having a tracer on the left. So I think you're kind of trying to adapt to your Ana, and it's kind of I just don't think you can trust your Ana enough to adapt to her. If that makes sense. Now, tracer dead. Not a good. Remember. Okay, here's another. You're versing a lot of these characters, but you need to take time before you shoot them. If the Ana sleeps already, think before you shoot. If the Ana has sleep dart in general, think before you shoot. You know what I mean? Discord them and then charge up a right click. But just, keep that in mind. It's okay though. And he dies. Good Discord. Good shots on the Juno. Drum. And more. Good. Love it. Beautiful. Again, since your team has this area and not this one, imagine they touched. I don't think you imagined they could, and I don't think they could. But imagine they touched. You're in bad spot. Imagine, okay, yeah. Imagine this. Because you're around them. Imagine May, walls right here, right after, and blizzards. Would you have moved up? I'm assuming you would. But there's no reason for you to be down here in the first place. And what if she blizzards? What if she walls right here, goes here, blizzards, drops the wall, and now you're in it? Or if she just blizzards and stalls long enough for her team to get back. Would you have thought to go up here? You know what I mean? And creating and being here instead, just being there already, makes one less decision that you have to make. Do you also do you make that decision to go up, the yes or no just becomes not even a question if you're already up here. Because that's death. Bottom spot is death always. Don't low ground. But great round. You did wonderfully. Yeah, and not even like much that I can complain about as much as I want to, because I like complaining. You played that really well. And you actually did things that I wouldn't have even done. Or maybe not wouldn't have even done, but didn't even notice while watching this. Alright, let's see this point. Again with the hard dive, you're playing with hard dive. Now you're still playing, but now you have a versing a Brig. Do you know Brig is big scary? Or it's just big strong, more like. Oh, big. Okay. I just want as many ways as I can, you know, nitpick. Too big of a peek off rip without knowing anything about that. What if they had a Widow holding that? You know? You didn't know anything. Try to learn what's going on first. Assess the situation. Let your team assess the situation. And do little peeks until you feel that you're safe. Because you might die to the Fire Strike here. I don't know if you do. Fire Strike, big hitbox. But right here, you're just peeking a little bit. Fucking Valorant peaks. I don't care. But do you die? Boom, you die. Peeking too much. And then the Ryan pins are on. Okay. I love this. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, this is super small, but it's kind of a big picture thing that you've been doing so much that I want to go over it. So you holding this and being on this side of this means that you're peeking the right side. Does that make sense? Because when you're on this side of this, the side of this box, that means that you're always going to have the right side open. Because you're, you know, past the middle ground. So if you want to peek the left, you got to go to the right side of the box. Keep on saying it. You know what I mean? Only be peeking one thing. And so you moving forward and peeking the left means that you're peeking the big right where he's fire striking. And then if he gets a good May Icicle or whatever on you, you die because you can't get out of both angles quick enough. Right? Like if I'm peeking this, you know, this angle I'm not peeking yet, right? And then this angle I can get away from doing this. You know, you need to have both an escape and try to only peek one angle. Little jumps don't make you faster. Jump peek wasn't really needed, and once you peek, you should get back into cover once you throw out a right click. If that makes sense. So you first thing, boom, great. Do that more. You know. First thing, don't jump. You're very easy to hit if you jump. And you peek a little too much. Instead, go boom, right click towards them, back into safety. You're so hittable. I don't know if I showed you the hitbox. Fuck, I'll bring up the hitbox again. I bring it up in every single one. I don't need to be doing this, but I'm doing it because I'm a loser. Look at this. Look at it. You're so killable. You're so easy to kill. Okay, that's all that matters. But yeah, you can also be making more off angles. You're playing main a little bit too much. In my opinion, I think you could be playing this a little bit more, making them a little bit more scared of you. You know? More scared of you to just big peek random, or like not big peek, but like peek random angles. If you take more off angles and like let's say you're holding this, that makes everyone here. You see they're peeking this. Now they can't. Because remember what I taught you about not peeking two angles? Now that they're peeking me, they have to get to safety over here. and only shoot at me, which I can just leave, or they get to safety from me, and now I just force back their space because this was their space. Now it's not. Now that they are LOSing me, and if they don't LOS me, then just keep shooting at them and they die. You know what I mean? You're pinching them. You're creating more angles for them to deal with. If they were doing that to you, how a tracer plays. You're jumping a little too much. You woke him. You killed your Ana. Think a little bit more. Think a little bit more before you shoot. Especially when your Ana is getting dove. And right here, just because you guys are making space doesn't mean that you have to peek all of it. Because it's not. This is neutral space. All of this is neutral space. Right? If they take the neutral space for themselves, think of it as a neutral. The game just started. No one has capped the point. Right? If you're peeking it, right? You're like, I have this all to myself. If you go onto here, until they go to it, right? Until they take that neutral space for themselves. And once they do, and you're peeking all of it, where are you gonna go? Right? This isn't your space yet. The peak. And then right here, you don't want to wake that guy up. But you knew that. Let's see, where was it? Where was it that you were swinging too many? Because, like, just because they're backing up doesn't mean that they're giving up the space. They're just taking, like, right here. You can be here. Discord her first, too. Because your team is going to kill him, not you. It's hard to hit Juno. Discord. Think. And then you can just get right behind cover. Yeah. And then, yeah, that's unfortunate that you did that. And then right here, there's two people you peaked because you're in this situation that you put yourself in. That's unfortunate that you're in it. But how you play around being put in this situation is, what is the bigger threat? The Cassidy from this range that can dome you with your big ass hitbox, or the Brig? This guy with a little mace. Chase after this Brig, make her scared, and then once she backs up a little bit, then you can take the fight with the Kree, with your diva, with your little baby. And now you're in 2 fights, and you actually do get out. That was another choice that you could have made, which you cross a lot. You have to make a big rotation, but getting out it's good. It was risky, but it was good. Fuck, what did I just do? Okay. And you're jumping again, stop doing that. Little angle, and you're safe. Good job. Now, that's how I like you peeking angles. Right there. Just because there's nowhere in there? Okay. I'm going over it again. For no reason besides to drill things into your brain, because that's kind of what I'm here for. Just because you can't see anybody doesn't mean that it's your space and that they won't take it. You know what I mean? So you should be able to get into cover before, like, as they're swinging. So, like, let's say they take the space back and they swing. You should be able to get right back into cover right here instead of being over here and you have to move this far. And it is a little bit different because they are playing less long range, but they can May Icicle you. They can hit you, and they can fire strike you. You can still take a lot of damage. Like, you're peeking too many things when you're take it back to that Sigma shield in the beginning of the last one. You see him put up the shield. You have 2 decisions. You can go this way, which means probably, so if this bay is all in, this means we either win the fight or I die, which is probably bad. You probably don't want to go that way because they have more people than you. You want to go this way, and you want to LOS most of the team besides a little bit of the shield, and then you just burn down that shield because that's all you're doing anyways. You walking forward is bad. Oh, lucky. You should have Discord over. Again, put it on side mouse button. It's way easier to throw Discord on. LOS it. Good. Good job. You can definitely trank this. If you trank this, since you don't have a tank, you become the tank, you trank this, and you just eat through them. You know what I mean? You can use your trank for aggression. Especially because your Genji used blade and shit, you're kind of all in. And they have so much percentage that you can't really afford to lose this fight. So yeah, I would have definitely tranked there. A little bit of a too much of a peek. Okay. Back to the whole off angle thing. If you would have taken this space, since you know they're all like down there, that they're all playing main. If you would have taken this space, you definitely would have been able to make more of a pinch and created less angles for them to take space on. You know? Juno ult's scary though, and you kind of just want to leave. Or actually, do trank it. Please trank it. Yes! Good job. Good trank. Put me back in this dude's body. Again, you need to be safe when you trank. Let's see it all happen because I was kind of off. Also, she was still full health. You kind of want it for longer. You kind of want to save that a tiny bit. And if you could get Discord, okay, Discord and Harmony stay on. Discord and Harmony stay on during sex. Okay, I'm sorry. Throw your Harmony on somebody. Throw your Discord on the Reinhardt. Throw your Reinhardt or your Harmony on a Squishy. Discord on Reinhardt. And then you trank. And then, yep, you need to be. Two. You're instantly boom, 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 right here. And then even beyond that, because you're losing this fight. And then boom, in, dead. An intense game. Too far in order. Yes, good job. Love it. Your choice on taking a fight or not taking a fight is very good. Also, your reaction time is mental. Better than mine. I'd prefer if you orb your Pharah so that your Ana doesn't have to look up. And they take it. Okay, that's okay. Nothing you could have done better in that very last fight. Now let's see the last one. I know you lose because of your ping, but I mean, who cares? They think you're you. They think they're you. They're trying to mirror you. That's the impact you've had on this game. But yeah, now you're in a Zen mirror, which basically means you need to play long angles, and he can kill you because you have such a big hitbox. Like Zen, I killed Zens all the time. I died to Zens too quite a bit, not as much because nobody really plays my character ever. Right here. I've been going over this a lot. This is a very important thing with you. If you want to peek the left, you need to have cover on your right. So if you want to peek this left, you have to be holding like onto this right wall. If you want to stay here, you have to only peek this because you see this maze spinning around. They have that space, just like how you guys have some of this space and can peek this. Yeah, like right here, if you... Yeah, no. You don't have to jump there. You can just go boop, boop. Literally just go. Boom, throw it out at her. And back into cover. You try to minimize your time outside. Your time in the... stuck a little bit. Because you're a projectile, you don't want to make these big rotations behind or in front of cover. See where your Ana is? You can back up behind your Orisa, and if you want to take that fight on the left, which you do now, and you know that you have to be on the right, or you have to be hugging the right thing to take the fight on the left, you want to go all the way around and behind cover. And now you take it from like here, or even move up forward if your Orisa takes some of the space away from the ram. Also, you should have Discord on him earlier. And honestly, you keep on talking about having harmony or having so many heals, but you are harmony botting this tank a little too much. You should be putting your harmony on mostly your Genji, but in this situation, your Kree. And then yeah, you're just peeking so much there, and you're jumping. Jumping makes you more targetable. Now you take this space and you take high ground. Once you take this space, first thing you want to go right here. If you go right, then you can peek all this, without being as scared, and then you can go and take this high ground. I'd usually go around all the way, but you don't really need to, honestly. You can just go like here or something. If you win the team fight, you can circle all the way around, or even just go up through here. But having this controlled and then being able to get to this controlled, which is where I usually sit most of my games on this map, is really strong. Even this, like, maybe not as much this right now, but this especially. Come up here is what I would do. Kind of forgot this little thing, but come up here is what I usually do. High ground is king. Yep. Okay. So, if you're going to stay holding this left angle, you never want to be here, because then you're stuck into here, and then you're dead. You need to use a bunch, or your team needs to use a bunch of resources to peel you out of there. Your Orisa would need to use spin, your Ana would need to heal you, your Genji might deflect in front of you if you want to escape. So like, if you want to just play this left, just play the left. If you want to make a big rotation, full commit into this rotation, where you're far away, you're dink dink dink, and then you're moving this way. Which is what I would do if I am right here and I have a Mei wall in front of me. First thing, I'm breaking the Mei wall to help my Orisa, and I'm moving backwards into my safe space, far away from the team fight. Good breaking the Mei wall. Your Orisa didn't trust you, which is fine. And now you know how much you had to back up, and you had to be scared, and you're jumping, which is messing up your aim and make it being easier to hit. It's just all bad, and then you can fight. And like, all that time they could have just killed you. Also, you're peeking that Mei too much. You don't need that kill. There is a pack there, but yeah, you really needed to like stop jumping. You needed to rotate earlier, because now big stagger. You didn't even get a kill. You didn't get that much on Trank. You're just so you were so killable up here. It's better to have this high ground and stay back. If you want to be up front, you have to go for a flank. You have to be a little bit more mischievous, a little bit more spooky. And now your team is going in on a 4v5. And let's see, and you die. Big stagger. Big orb. Right here, you are not a full team. Your team just uses all of their resources. You can expect your team to use their resources in a 3v5. So you can also expect them to possibly die. Go to high ground. You probably don't know this map that much. It's okay, because it's somewhat new. But right here, you can get this high ground where they can't really chase you. Break this, and you just spam, 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 until you get the pressure to make this space. Don't need to go main. Main scary. Main bad. Good pressure you put on, though. Still in a 4v5, so you're not above. And then you move so much that you're not thinking about what you're moving for. Right here, nobody's shooting at you. And you, I know, want to kill the ramp. sit here, shoot the ram where everyone else can't see you. Don't have to jump and strafe and everything. Just Discord and shoot the ram. You know, and then if he looks at you, you just start backing up. And now he is looking at you, and now you're gonna die. And now you're peeking so much. He hasn't even done that much damage to you. These people have. And you die. Oh, you turned. Okay. How did they die? Also, you're peeking way too much for somebody that doesn't have trank yet. Pop trank. Okay, let's see. You're not in front of her yet. You need to be in front of your Ana. Trank is heals. Heals don't mean shit. You can burn through heals so easily. Let's look at their Mei. She gets this right click, and I'm guessing she's the one that kills her? They freeze her. Okay, and you go in front of her. Or like too far in front. You need to be right in front. You need to be right here, body blocking the shit out of her. She should be, get down, Mr. President, right now. You know what I mean? Because you're a big body block man in Trank. You're invulnerable. And she dies. And now that last 2 seconds, you don't have cover. This bubble is cracked. If it wasn't cracked, it would be somewhat okay, but it's still bad to be on the left side because that's away from your spawn and where you can escape to. And you've been staggering for so long. In that last 2 seconds, you were just standing here, feeling nothing. Go back to here. You can even take another angle right here if you want, because they're all scared of this. You can go right here, mow down one of those guys. You know what I mean? There's just a lot of options. And a fast rotation is always... Ooh, nice shot. Now you're just like walking into it. You just want to get in there. You're not... You haven't been in a fight where you are above this whole time. And you're trusting your Ana a little too much there. Damn. You're moving so much. Nobody's looking at you. Just sit there. You know, 80 strafe. Just 80 strafe. You're doing all this weird stuff. Just 80 strafe, if anything. You know? When they're not looking at you especially. Because it's messing up your aim. It's making you look more intimidating. Good backup. Now you move in. You wake it up. That's not one where I think you could have like really expected it, so it's okay. Object permanence. Will you remember about this guy? You shouldn't let this guy get out. Do not let him get away. Chase him down. This is your chance at win. If you're shooting orbs down main, he can just get away. Or even go behind you. You do remember he's there, but you're not thinking about him. You're pinging him, but you're not thinking about him enough. You're thinking, leave it to someone else. No, you're there then. You need to deal with the tank. Good burn. Great burn. Okay. Now again, you should be rotating high ground early. Because you don't have mobility like your team. Even your Zarya doesn't, but she can, you know, use a bubble or whatever to get you can't. And like, you don't need to be moving all this much. Just so much insignificant movement. Okay. You see how this cover is right here that you're using? You're not close enough to it. You should be close to cover. You're back here, and so if they break this choke point, which you only have a Zarya holding it, you know, and not even that far up, they are just on you. They're in your face. If you're playing this one, think. You're playing right here, and if they break that choke point, you still have your cover. In this way, now it's just blocking you from getting back. Think about that a little bit more. Oh, you don't need to do that. They're far enough. Take the walk. I would appreciate it if you would walk up here too, but whatever. Take the little walk in safety. This team can kill you. And you... Oh, big boop! Yeah, think about everything, like, think about every enemy character like a high nooning Kree. How you're LOSing this guy. You know? You stop taking the fights, but then think about it. If you're not seeing the Kree, you can still shoot at the remote show. You know what I mean? You're too close to the fight. You can be playing back a little bit more. You definitely have played back a little bit more. You're pushing in with your team when you are not safe enough to do so. Your team is safe enough to do so. And then you lose because of ping. Who cares? Let's see. See what your ping does. So, blew up to 300. I'm guessing somebody dies in Trank because of your ping. Like somebody dies when you saw them drink. And you should Trank now. And you Trank. Oh, and you lag. And you lag. Okay. Yeah. So right now it's just, you know, lag. Yeah, you would have won that if you didn't lag. Okay. Oh, I mean, let's see you try to touch. I don't even know if you do touch, but let's see how you take this last fight. That's unfortunate. You know, it's QP game. Who cares? Little thing. Your Cassie that you orbed is behind cover. Shoot, might be a little bit longer actually. So your Cassie that you orb is behind cover, or whoever you do orb, you're at Anna. She's behind cover. You hear May icicles being shot behind you. So you can expect somebody to get hit. You know what I mean? And your Anna's not shooting anybody. So you can be expecting them to be shooting at your like Winston. So you can like orb them or that's like really nitpicky, I'm sorry. I apologize. Then you're jumping because you're stressed. Drop that. You guys just want to touch, and you don't. Oh my god, you touched. And he kills you. Nothing to say on that. You know, you do what you can. But yeah. Okay. Great. You would have won if your internet didn't bug. But great. So yeah. You are pushing too far in and not accepting high ground enough and not thinking about big rotating after you win a team fight. You should be rotating to the high ground. You shouldn't be peeking the two angles at once. You should be playing cover that supports the angle that you want to peek. So if you want to peek left, you should have cover on your right. You should be thinking of your exit. So if they push through a choke point, can you get to safety as they're pushing through it, like without using that choke point for cover. Use again, last 2 seconds on Trank. Huge. Let's think. There's definitely some more things you can work on. Let me think. Your object permanence is good, but you don't really listen to it because you want damage and heal so too much. You know, you saw that ram and you thought, let somebody else deal with it. Let me deal with the front line. And then I believe that was it. I'm not 100% sure. Just trying to think about both those games. Yeah, just big on the angles, not peeking too many people. Try to take more off angles and not play main so much. Try to take more off angles. Again, don't shoot into the Genji deflect. Don't wake up people. Think more before you shoot targets where it might punish you to shoot them. Yeah, off angle is good. Neutral space. Go back to the part about neutral space, where if you haven't actually claimed the space, they can take it as you are already peeking, and then you have no escape. So play like all the space that isn't currently your team's is the other team's, and they could kill you everywhere. I believe that's all there is. You were really good. Your mechanics were phenomenal. Your aim was just super stupid good. Yeah, that's about it. Your orb discipline was pretty good. Positioning wasn't terrible. Yeah. Thank you for submitting your pod. If you need any other help or have any questions, just ask. And yeah, have a nice night. Good luck.